Google announces new Nexus phones, a new Chromecast, even Chromecast audio. Amazon goes after Postmates, Tesla's going autonomous, and more. It's Tuesday, September 29th, and this is Crunch Report. Oh, happy Google Day! Let's talk about as much as we can from a very jam-packed event that the company held earlier today at its headquarters. First up, version 2 of Chromecast, along with something new, Chromecast Audio, which turns any speaker with an auxiliary jack into an internet-connected device. Now, the Chromecast launched back in 2013 as an inexpensive way to sling a Chrome browser experience to TVs, and it was very popular. Google sold 20 million of them. But TVs aren't the only living room devices that Google wants to reach. With the new Chromecast Audio, the company is getting into Sonos territory. Now, a new Chromecast app will let you control the content. So instead of a remote or a game controller, all you need is a phone and a Wi-Fi connection. And the Chromecast is $35. $35 for the new one, less than half the price of an Amazon Fire TV and a fraction of an Apple TV or an Xbox One. Chromecast Audio, also $35, and essentially does what Chromecast does for TVs to what's known as dumb speakers. The Chromecast Audio has high quality capabilities, 2-watt RMS, which is a measure of continuous average power, and optional optical digital out in its hybrid port. And you can still use your phone for other stuff while you're playing audio too. Also at Google's big event today, Spotify announced that it's adopting the Chromecast audio platform as well, allowing its users a lot more options than, say, Sonos or Bluetooth-enabled speakers for Spotify. Okay, on to new Nexus phones, also a big part of the event today. Google announced the Nexus 5X Android phone, made by LG, with a 5.2-inch 1080p display and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 processor with 2 GB of RAM. The 5X will cost $376 for the 16GB version and $429 for 32 gigs. Pre-orders from the Play Store start today, with $50 in Play credits thrown in. Thanks, Google. Google will now offer its own Apple Care-like program, so for $59, you can extend your warranty and protect your phone from accidental damage for an extra year. The new Nexus 5 also upgraded to a 12.3 megapixel camera in the back, 5 megapixels in the front, and will support slow-mo video as well. Oh, and the 5X also features a fingerprint scanner on the back. But that's not all. Last November, Google introed the Nexus 6, which you might remember TechCrunch's Greg Komparek referred to as a big, beautiful, cumbersome beast. Today, we got a first look at the next version, the Nexus 6P, made by Huawei. It's $499 and available for pre-order now on the Google Store. Some specs: a Snapdragon 810 processor, a 5.73-inch display, 12.3 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front camera, dual front-facing speakers, and 32, 64, and 128 gigabyte models, and comes in aluminum, frost, and graphite colors. We need a Google News break, so let's talk about the future of Tesla. CEO Elon Musk sat down with a Danish TV show last week and had quite a bit to say on producing a car that can break 1,000 kilometers, that's about 620 miles on a single charge. He said his guess would be within a year or two, and added 2017 for sure. This would obviously beat the current record made last month by a Model S owner who drove 25 miles per hour to go 452.8 miles on a single charge. God bless him, even though the car is advertised as only having a 265-mile range. But there's more. Musk also said that self-driving Tesla cars are being beta tested, and first up, a software update will roll out to allow Model S owners to let their cars drive themselves in a hands-free mode that Musk calls autopilot, that will hopefully go into wide release next month. Musk is also now claiming that Tesla cars should have full autonomy in approximately 3 years, but that regulations will probably stall for several additional years. Regulators, you're the worst. And now back to Google. There's more, sorry. The company first announced Android 6.0 Marshmallow at its I/O Developer Conference earlier this year. At the time, it was still codenamed Android M. Now we know what it's really called. As part of the big launch event for new Nexus phones today, Google also announced that Marshmallow will roll out to the first batch of phones That's the Nexus line, obviously, which includes tablets and the Nexus player, starting next week. Android Marshmallow has a new permission system, a smart battery-saving mode called Doze Mode, and Google Now on Tap, which lets you pull up relevant contextual information from almost any app that runs on your phone. Other new features include built-in fingerprint scanner support, that's good for the Nexus 5X, a new app drawer, and improvements to memory and storage. You know, Amazon really could have bought Postmates by now. Supposedly they really wanted to, but instead decided to build their own competing service. Today, Amazon introduced Flex, a new on-demand delivery service that relies not on traditional couriers, but ordinary people like you and me to bring packages around. Workers can make between $18 and $25 per hour by delivering packages for Amazon using their own vehicle and a smartphone app that helps them route their deliveries. Doesn't this sound familiar? Yeah, the service is live in Seattle, unsurprisingly, obviously where Amazon is headquartered, and focused on hiring couriers for now for Amazon's one-hour delivery service, Amazon Prime Now. Also, Amazon says other types of packages may be delivered in the future. Seattle is also the first location where Amazon added the option to deliver beer and wine and liquor on demand through Prime Now. New York, Baltimore, Miami, Dallas, Austin, Chicago, Indianapolis, Atlanta, and Portland are set for rollout for Flex soon as well. Now, like rival companies, Uber or Lyft or Postmates, Amazon is positioning Flex as a way for workers to be their own boss and set their own hours of either 2, 4, or 8-hour blocks in a day. I can set their availability up to 12 hours per day for the future as well. Before we go, quick note that if you're working on a disruptive idea for a better future, your team has just over 24 hours to submit your application for Battlefield at Disrupt London, which is taking place on December 7th and 8th, just in a couple of months. Wow, that came quickly. We extended the deadline to this Wednesday, which is tomorrow, which is September 30th. So, if you're ready to get a lot of attention and win some cash, please apply now. And that is the report for today. I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. We'll see you tomorrow.